And I'm going to talk about The Foreigner. This film came out this weekend. I saw it, and it was. uh, as I said last week, it stars Jackie Chan and Pierce Bronson, and it was directed by Martin Campbell, that made a whole slew of movies. A couple of James Bond films, GoldenEye and Casino Royale. A couple of Zorro films, The Mask of Zorro and The Legend of Zorro. And The Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds. And it's based on a book called The Chinaman from 1992 by Stephen Leather. And this was released in China a couple months ago, but now it's getting a U.S. film release. And Jackie Chan plays Quan. And he's on his way to pick up his daughter's prom dress with his daughter. And he drops her off at the door, goes, finds a parking spot, and there's a car bombing that blows up the building and kills like 13 people, injuring like 30 more, and one of the people killed is his daughter. And he's on the screen with his daughter for 1 to 3 minutes, but you see how much this changes his life and how he lost everything when she died. So he's trying to find the person responsible. He's watching the news later. They say it's the authentic IRA. He goes to the police. Who are the authentic IRA? I need to know. This is my daughter. And he tries to bribe the police with 20,000 pounds that he has and says, just give me the names. I need to know who did this to my daughter. They're like, I'm sorry, but when you come here, you take time away from our investigation of finding out who it actually is. And he's like, the TV said it was the authentic IRA, and they're like, yeah, but we don't know who that is. So he's watching the TV. There's an interview with Liam Hennessy, that is the Pierce Bronson character, and he is a former member of the IRA, the Irish Republican Army, and he's talking about what he did in his youth was wrong, and how terrorism is wrong, and how citizens get killed, and it's a shame. If they want to do this, they should do it to the military and stuff. So Jackie Chan's like, I need to find Liam Hennessy, and I'm going to... He knows who did this. And then it's this cat and mouse game between these two, and he's just trying to find the names of his daughter, who killed his daughter. And there are some great performances in this movie, but the movie itself is, it's alright. But it's not the greatest, it's not the worst, somewhere in the middle. But I'm just going to talk. Jackie Chan's performance in this movie is incredible. After his daughter dies, he goes to his room, he sees a teddy bear on the floor, and he goes and he picks it up, and he's looking old, he's moving slowly, he's 63 years old. But as you see in the trailers, if you've seen the trailers, towards the middle to the end of this movie, there's a lot of fist fights, a lot of action fights, and just seeing how at the beginning of this movie, this guy hasn't done this in a long time, but it's still there from the training he had before. And he's trying to track down the names of these people that killed his daughter, and he's going a little above the line. He's setting bombs, booby traps, gunfights, fist fights, and he's doing everything he can because he needs to know who killed his daughter. And Pierce Bronson gives an incredible performance as Liam Hennessy. And he speaks with an Irish accent, and it's so weird hearing him with this accent because he's Bond, James Bond, or from a Dante's Peak where he's got that slow British accent, and now he's like, I'm all Irish, arr, pirate, arr. He's not a pirate, he doesn't say arr, but it's the Irish accent. And he's a guy who has a family, and he has this past, and he's currently with these guys, and he doesn't know who killed the daughter because he doesn't know which faction went rogue, and that's the whole plot of this movie. And the problem with this movie is I don't like either of these characters. They have great performances, but I think Jackie Chan goes a little too far. I think Pierce Bronson is a little bad for the sake of being bad. You know, there are great villains in the movie, and these great villains make you believe that they are the hero of the story. A great villain makes your movie a million times better. But Pierce Bronson's Liam Hennessy came out as a cardboard villain. And I think that the Jackie Chan character was way smarter and way stronger, and I think they're not on even playing fields. But I don't like the fact that I know your daughter died, and I know your daughter was important for you, but maybe you were going too far. And maybe this is an allegation, maybe this is what the director went for, that in war there are no heroes. That's what I came out of this, where I don't like the hero, I don't like the villain. I think their performances are great, I think it's shot great, I think the action scenes are great. But when you don't invest with the characters, it hurts your movie a lot. This isn't the first time I mentioned the show that to make a great movie, I don't care about your cinematography, I don't care about your direction, I don't care about the action. The first thing you should do making a great movie is focus on great characters. And they're a great performance, and they're a great action, but the characters suffer. And because the characters suffer, I think the movie suffers. And is this a movie I'm going to watch again? Probably not. Is this a movie I enjoyed? I did enjoy it. I said I like this movie. I didn't love this movie. Saturday matinee on television on maybe. Will I buy it on Blu-ray? No. Will I see it again in theaters? No. Should you see it? If you like Jackie Chan, go ahead. It's not the greatest movie, but if you know what you're getting into, and to quote one of my favorite YouTube personalities, John Campea, all film is subjective. I'm telling you my thoughts on The Foreigner, and if you think this sounds cool, you think you'll enjoy it, by all means, go ahead. If you are on the fence and you hear my opinion and you don't want to go, that's fine too. All film is subjective. So that is my thoughts on The Foreigner. I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10 for the reasons I've stated previously.